What other word would you use?
I don't know. That's the problem that I'm having right now.
Sacrifice?
That's the only word that really applies, I suppose. But it's going to be very, very, very tough indeed. Even though Zonic is playing, you know, we're seeing some good stuff out of him. Kirby's been really connecting with his shots, devices, allowed to do what he wants to do. And, you know, CLG have had issues kind of gelling together, but we're into the pistol round, so we can let the action do the talking for us as we have Astralis going for a quick long take with the bomb as well. They've got one player towards Dark, but the rest of the push is towards this A site, and they want to keep it simple here, but it's Pitta with the first frag, and quick response here with a boost and elevator there, and Cutler's in position with that USP, so this actually might be quite hard for Astralis to break this A site now. Yeah,
they don't have the range advantage, that's for sure. Dupree's picked up a USP though, so he can try and even things up. Funny enough, I think just a bit further than that is the range where you don't get headshots anymore with the USP. But here we go, things continue in favor of Astralis now. I mean, there's only been one frag for CLG. What happened? They had the range, but it didn't work out for them. And now it's Tariq alone. Dupree with 3 kills, so that USP paid off for him. And now one more to find. They are charging. I think Zonic was looking for was he trying to jump around the corner with a knife? I don't know. Either way, it's a strong start for Astralis. I'm expecting a good performance from JDM on this map. I think he will do much better on this map than the other maps that CLG have played today. So despite the relative poor performance, I think he can do good.
The funny thing from my perspective, James, us sitting here, when I look over towards JDM, I actually can't see anyone even sat in the chair. Yeah, it just looks like there's no one sat there, which is quite funny from our perspective. But looks like Zipex is going to take down Tariq straight away here. JDM does have a scout, so let's see if he can get something done with it. I don't know if he has any teammates left by the time he gets to shoot a shot though, James.
Yeah, perhaps not then. So making his way, and there he goes. It is an eco round, or well, force buy round from CLG, but it is soon to be over. Ace finds himself in T-spawn actually, and there is somebody to be found here. Device doing his best, and in the confusion, he will survive. Kirby to take him down. The last player, that is. So we should see the eco coming out now. $3,000 in the bank for JDM, which means he'll have enough for an AWP in the next round. That was a nice response there by Zipex to bring down the scout for the headshot.
So, quite a bit of money saved there for JDM, so you can get that AWP fast. And looks like Astralis will just go a bit fast here towards Catwalk. I like that little money there in case we saw a short boost from CLG. That would stop them from being able to effectively attack Astralis. But it's a lot of action towards Long as well. Just clearing everyone with that AK-47 is Kirby. 3 quick kills for him as Dupree makes his way forwards through middle. Frag for him as well, just a formality this round. As I mean, this is one of the hardest maps on the CT side in the eco situation to do anything, because the ranges are so long. It's just, you can't really get any good engagements. Or it's very hard to find them anyway. And Kirby will finish it off with the quad kill. So 3-0, and CLG will be able to buy, and more importantly, JDM will be able to buy the AWP.
All right, I want to see CLG be competitive on this map. Again, it's difficult times for both teams not having their full rosters. CLG not having a full roster at present. But I expect good things here from JDM. Is he going to go for a pick through mid? He is. He sees 2 players, but he can't make any connection in time. Kiabi showing why he's on his team, why he's beast. Early frag there. And that's not the one. That's the last person you want taken down on this map. But at least, I mean, there's potential for Tariq to try and pick up the AWP. Depends on the positions. He's holding close towards B, though, so he can't really make his way to pick up the gun. He could benefit from it, because he's only got 20 HP.
Yeah, and I can understand, you know, JDM going for these risks as well, because he wants to get a good start, as you know, to his AWPing, which he hasn't really seen much of. And I really like this slow walk from Astralis just into the B side. There are 2 players there though, so it's gonna be quite dangerous. And oh, that was such a fast snap there from Dupree onto Hayes, and it's just Tariq left with 19 points of health. He will go down, leaving just 1 player left after Tariq was eliminated as well. Just Cutler, he is on the other side of the world. And the bomb, James, the bomb's not being planted. The bomb's just looking, it's on device, he's looking for the frag. That is some more BM moves.
Yeah. There is, Astralis want to win this, it seems, by elimination, but they're not going to go crazy, so the bomb will head over towards B just to tick off worst case scenario. But I think with the positioning Astralis already have, they should find Cutler and eliminate him I don't think we're going to see a save here. Definitely not of the AWP, which is in CT spawn.
Yeah, I guess in a lot of senses as well. I mean, it's not necessarily actually a BM move because it does give them extra time to try to find that last player to frag him, as they know immediately that he's going to be saving.
Yeah, they're taking all the edges down.
Absolutely. That's something that they're known to do as well when they're really on top of their game. And Astralis, you could also argue that this is going to be a great map for them because they've got essentially a stand-in, you know, Sonic playing instead of Carrigan. So
one of the better maps to have a stand-in.
Absolutely, yeah. So CLG, any edges they may have gained from it being Dust 2, Astralis, it does strengthen them as well.
All right, so we've got 3 men going down long, so one will be holding a flash for the rest. We've got nice HEs coming in, Device taking considerable damage. And the repick will be difficult. He's got a teammate charging in, Zipex to take down Cutler. There are 2 more to find. We'll see if they settle on that. Device still holding an angle, and there are 2 CTs charging in his direction. But he will make a safe exit. Dupree's found his way very deep towards the A bomb site now. They're flanking the plays in long. Bahaze and Cutler taking down Device and Zipex. So things getting super weird here. Man advantage for CLG.
That's really interesting, actually, because they've picked up some serious weaponry here. I'm not even sure if they... Like, how do they feel about this? Do they want to try to win the round, or do they just want to save these 3 weapons? I think it's worth saving the AWP at the very least. I mean, AKs are very, very strong as well. Well, see you later. That's 1 AK down. And Pitter's going to try to push here with his AK-47. And it seems like JDM could go for the safe, but he's just going to go in here, James. He's looking for the frags. There's the first one onto Sonic. And maybe he can actually win this, but he's got no kit, and the bomb is so far ticked, he's going to have to go for the hold. Otherwise, he's not going to even have any time to defuse this at this rate. And it looks like Dupree is so close here. There's just no way that the round could be won by JDM. And I feel like CLG could definitely have just saved those weapons. And sure, they would have had enough money to buy in this round anyway, but they would secure future money.
Nice 2-man spray down top mid, but it wasn't enough for CLG to get on the board. And yeah, I think there was definitely a save to be called there, because, I mean, even if they can buy in the next round, which they can, it just saves money for the future rounds. So down 0-5. And it seems JDM was in 2 minds there, gets the smoke down, but doesn't have time to defuse the bomb, looks for the kill, could have saved the AWP, doesn't save the AWP.
Yeah.
Buys another one, but again, it's about the long term rather than just this round. Either way, Device holding the angle. He's looking for somebody to jump up on the wall behind the red position. And often you can see people moving into, I will get back to that later, because there is a charge here. The T's is trying to force their way into the B bomb site, but all they're forcing is their own deaths at the moment. Kirby looking for any flanks from long, etc. Device trying to make himself a bit more nimble with the AK, and Kirby's coming in for support now. They will force JDM away from the window. No flanks coming in just yet. They've made a 2 versus 3, so there's lots for them to do here.
Yeah, really nicely done from Kirby, actually, from middle. Able to pick up a frag, then play it safe, rejoin his teammate. Device has to be very careful not to get caught in a weird timing, though, with the push, but he does have Kirby there for support, so he can get the bomb planted. Kirby's in a really good position, because there's 2 players coming from tunnels. He doesn't know that necessarily, but this position will deal those tunnel players very well. Look at this headshot angle for him. Gets both frags. 1 more player to find for Kirby for that 4th kill, and there it is. There's a spot. Critical damage done to JDM, but JDM just needs to land 1 bullet to the torso, and he's going to find it to the head. Kirby is going to go down, and JDM finally with a very impactful kill with that AWP to save the round for his team. But they lost so many players there, James. Imagine if they'd saved the 3 guns. They'd go into this next round with a lot of money, but now instead, they're going to struggle to buy.
So we see the buy coming out for the CT side, and look at the money they're left with. Again, this has massive implications if Astralis can win this round, because then they can run away with the first half. But as you said, Dan, if they save those 3 weapons, then they'd have more money in the bank, which means they'd be in a better situation.
More nades, no FAMAS.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many pluses. If they lose another, if they win another round, but they have 3 players surviving, they could buy for the other players and so on. Lots of pluses, but here we are, 5-1. CLG with some opportunity to get themselves back into it. They've got a bit more work to do to ruin the money of Astralis, who are moving very quickly into CT spawn of 2 players. JDM taking 1 play down from the back, 3 players towards long as well for the CT side. So they're still in a strong position to hold down the A bomb site here. But Astralis with a player in CT can move away. Device gets taken down by Cutler on the site. And there's nobody in B whatsoever. All the remaining players are over towards A, and I think that maybe Astralis have realized this, but Dupree's been lost as well, so now we're down to a man disadvantage for Astralis, and they need to get this bomb down fast.
Yeah, that was really interesting from Astralis, because normally when you drop a player in a CT like that, with no push on long or anything, it's normally going to be a B play. But they held off on the B play for so long, CLG were convinced it was going to be A, so it ends up being B in the end, and it does work out, but it's 2 versus 3. So then it's Zonic, the coach, as one of the 2 remaining players, so this should bode well as Cutler goes for the peak. Very nicely done from Cutler, but there comes the trade. Zonic now in a 1 versus 2, finds the next kill into JDM with a push now, and does he realize where Pitta is? He's going to hear the stepping, so Zonic is putting himself in a great position, but he will get sprayed down by Pitta, and I don't know who was holding up that coach or the Pitta versus Zonic sign, but maybe he was right.
Maybe he was, but Cutler, I mean, they had a 3 versus 1, and Cutler ran in on his own and gave them a 1 versus 1. So, and that could have fallen apart for CLG in the end. I mean, what if they lost that round? It was down to 1 versus 1 from a 3 versus 1.
But that's a thing we have to, once again, we have to talk about the money, right? Because, again, CLG survived with only 1 player, and that is really awful for their buying possibilities. And that's going to give more advantages to Astralis, who keep going bombs down as well. So they're going to always be able to reinforce their economy with those bombs being consistently planted, and Astralis have a great buy. CLG's looks respectable, but they will get reset if they lose this one. And they're only on 2 rounds now. It's hard for them to string them together.
All right, so Zifex trying to keep people busy over towards long A, where there will be 3 people. Peter starting to move back as his 2 teammates are in position. So he'll have a look at short, because there's nobody peeking through mid doors. And indeed, Astralis are moving towards mid with a number of players. But CLG starting to get aggressive towards long now. We've got Cutler in a very deep position. That may allow JDM to rotate back towards the car position. And indeed, he will be doing that. But what is the play from Astralis now? They're going through mid, trying to identify what kind of setup the CTs have. So now these players over towards B have been isolated. Dupree popping a flash through the smoke, and he will check behind him. Will he realize that Tarek is in position? Tarek is pincered now. This is getting really weird for both teams. 4 frags in 1 second for CLG. A very fast wipeout of the Astralis side. An important round where they don't lose a single player.
That's exactly what CLG needed. They needed a round like that so badly, and they will get it, which will reinforce their economy massively. And in fact, they'll actually go so far as to pick up another AWP here for Tarek, which is cool to see, because CLG on the double AWPs on Dust 2 on the CT side is actually very strong typically. They're very comfortable with this. And Astralis, they will be just going for the save here. We have 4 Deagles, so we might get some nice action here, James. I'm looking for those 1 Deags.
Indeed, finally the money has been depleted on the Danish side, so we'll see if CLG can continue to catch up. Tarek getting aggressive through double doors. We've got double AWPs as well. JDM getting 2 frags. Double doors, double AWPs, double kills for JDM, so he's doing better, it seems, on this map than he was on the previous ones. But there are still a few more people to find. JDM and Tarek with a crossfire in CT spawn now, with AWPs on both sides. Dupree, the next victim for JDM. Tarek coming in to steal a potential ace, and JDM will get 1 degged by the last man standing, who is Kiabi. He's not going to be able to retrieve the AWP, which has been taken away by Hayes, in fact. And we'll see if he commits to picking up the bomb. Won't be allowed to. Hayes will finish things off. So that's 2 rounds where CLG have survived with 9 players, which is really important for their economy going forward, as there is still 1/3 of the first half to go.
Absolutely the resurgence that they required. And it's good to see JDM coming back into things after having quite a few, maps where he wasn't really too present. I mean, there's a lot of talk just usually because he's so consistent, and he typically needs to be with that AWP, and he's up against Device, and Device with that peek from Suicide. He goes for the flick, actually connects with JDM there, but he goes for the repeat. I mean, he has no choice. He's stuck in the corner, and JDM is going to nail him straight in the face, and that is going to be Astralis down a man. Dupree collecting the AWP, and Kirby looking for a fast approach here towards the Xbox area. Back up to short here. So Zipex looking to open things up here. There's the second kill from Kirby in the right place at the right time. The smoke will go down to blockade Astralis' approach slightly, but still 2 AWPs here.
JDM and Hayes heavily tagged. So there's a lot of work for Astralis to do. I like how they didn't commit to pushing through the smoke on A. Like, no, we've got time. We can bide our time. We'll get some more mollies there, some more nades. Try and pull a rotation, get CLG out of position, make them desperate, make them scramble, make them make a mistake. Tarek takes Dupree down towards long, but Sonic is still in position. Not sure if Tarek knows that there's a second player there. He's moved all the way back to the site. He's having to try and control short and long at the same time, so it's a difficult period for CLG. 40 seconds on the clock for Astralis to execute. They've got a flash and the Molotov left in the inventory. And it seems that they will go for the split towards the A bomb site. Down goes Tarek, the only defense is there. There is a player on slope as well. Sonic can stay over towards the long area. 30 seconds now, and Kiabi needs to plant this bomb.
So here it is, a pretty good plant as well. So this is going to be quite encouraging for Zonic with that AWP, but he's actually looking to get the peek in towards CT spawn. But I like that he doesn't commit too quickly there. It's actually Kirby over the top who's going to find Hayes sitting in CT, and Zonic will get himself a peek as well. And that's going to be that 6-4. Astralis closing down the round, and CLG, they have a lot of bank to play with, at least for one more buy. But Astralis definitely looking pretty good here overall. So what will the play be this time? Might just see another default come in because the AWPs are out in strength again for CLG. And it would be cool actually to see some risks taken by CLG with these AWPs, getting a fast play into CAD or something similar to try to throw Astralis off guard.
Indeed, JDM will be doing exactly that. He's making his way up short. There are players to look at on lower tunnel, though, really quickly. So he's going to have to be careful. And indeed, he's got no support. Gets taken down by Zonic from lower tunnel. So that's a quick disadvantage. Pop flash coming in. Lovely stuff. 5 versus 3. CLG getting torn to pieces here.
And it's all come to a mid play that can go into B. That's what it looks like. They put down the smoke to suggest it's going to be B. And it looked like they were going to go A, but now they're going back towards B, James. Looks like they're not entirely sure what they want, but it will inevitably be a play into that B bomb site now that they know that both players on that side are now vacant. Zipex actually missing that shot, but there is the finishing shots from Device and Zipex, just leaving Pitta with no mates. He's got no mates, James. And he is dead.
He is indeed. Astralis surviving with 4 players. So, difficult times return for CLG. A CLG who have on average $2,000 in the bank. A CLG who are unable to buy in this round. 3-round lead for Astralis so far. Looks likely for 4 unless they run into more eco trouble as they did in the previous round. Double ops continuing for Astralis here. So we'll see how they handle this. You can see Dupree has a good read on the money of his opponent. Picking up the MAC-10 that will make him agile, mobile. And obviously, if he loses that, it won't be as powerful for CLG against Astralis as it will be the other way around, since they all lack armor. JDM down to just a 1 HP now. Teammates trying to come in for support. Safety in numbers, not going to work out for CLG here. JDM soon to be dispatched of. That nade is money. Tarek and Hayes remain.
Don't often see Zipex on an AWP. I must say. So it's quite amusing. But we've got the MAC-10 on Dupree still rocking that one, and he's holding the back too, so he's looking to make even more money. There's the Shadow giving the game away, and that's 5 men surviving there despite being tagged a little bit. Astralis will win the round, build up a lot of money in the course of that victory. And you can see the average damage per round here for Kirby is quite substantial, 150, which means consistently he's at least killing one player and doing 50 damage to another every round, which is pretty amazing.
Well, it's 47.6 damage then.
Shut up.
So we have the scout coming out onto Tarek as we move into the dying rounds of the first half. Pot shots taken by the 2 AWPs, but no connections just yet. So it seems the CTs are looking to force the issue. There are 2 plays over towards long, so perhaps they can hold things down here. Kiabi's been lost. The bomb should be planted towards B, however. And the T's have the range advantage.
Hayes found 2 1-deags, James. I'm not sure what happened there, but 2 people were shot in the face with deagles, and I'm sure it was glorious. Perhaps we can get a look at that later. We have just the 3 pistols left, and they have to make their way back into the B bomb site with that bomb taken away. They don't have a kit to work with, and Device is just tapping him down, getting his Michael Flatley game on. Now that it's just JDM left alive with that deagle, will he be able to find a kill into Zipex? If he does, he will be rewarded with the grand prize of 1 AWP.
Ooh, things getting a little bit awkward in the smoke dash. And Astralis will come out on top. 2 rounds left in the first half. CLG will be back on the buy. JDM will be back on the AWP. Has Kevlar as well, which is not always guaranteed when your team is struggling. So double AWPs here for the CT side. Tarek in tow, lots of nades as well. For the CT side, they've lost 4 rounds in a row. Their loss bonus is high. 4 AWPs on the map. Again, we've got the standard play from CLG, 3 going down towards long. But we have 2 men moving quickly. One is going up short very quickly indeed. That's Dupree. Is he going to make his way back into CT spawn? maybe he'll suggest it with the nades.
Yeah, this is really nice. This is a really big pressure play from Dupree dropping a smoke like that. That puts a lot of attention from CLG on towards that area up by the A site, by short. So they're looking there, and you can see that Kirby is going to be able to take down a 1 versus 1 in the meantime. So that's kind of the space that Dupree's opened up for Astralis. And now looks like we'll get a frag back onto the device as he tried to pick in from the upper dark area. So it looks like CLG, despite losing that mana, are holding their ground at the moment. Hayes with a pick into mid as well from the B doors. And JDM now with a frag as well, taking down Dupree, who was previously harassing with the smoke grenade that we saw at short. And now Kirby getting shot in the back. So it's all falling apart here. Everything that Astralis try, it just falls flat in his face, seemingly.
And we're left with Zipex on New York. And 30K.
Can end the sentence there. And we're left with Zipex on and off.
Yeah, and 30 HP as well. So let's see. Astralis have loads of money in the bank. They're going to have no issue buying in the next round, so Zipex can have some fun and try and 1v4 with the AWP.
Surely not.
It's got 30 seconds to do it. Taking some pot shots, getting close, but we'll bark and no bite for the time being, Dan.
Absolutely, 2 bullets left before the reload comes in. Pretty long reload with the AWP as well. And he will die. So there you go, that's the conclusion of that nonsense. And now it's going to be CLG with 5 rounds, so giving themselves a real chance here, and a very, very important shot there by Tarek to start what was a chain reaction there of players just going down one by one. And CLG, look at them go, they got 3 AWPs now, so apparently, and we've got 3 AWPs on Astralis as well.
We appear to have 6 AWPs on the map, Dan.
That is amazing.
On Dust 2, this is full Oceanic Counter-Strike we're witnessing right now.
Oh, there's more. There's more objects.
Ooh, Dupree just got absolutely wrecked that. Not sure what else to say. Good start. We have an AK being swapped out, well, swapped in rather, for an AWP on the T side. And mad aggression not working out. Zonic trying to look away from a flashbang, getting the kill regardless, but Kiabi and Zipex have been lost in the meantime. 4 versus 2 with 3 AWPs, which could actually get awkward for CLG, although they have the bomb in their control for the time being. Device smoking it out on the other side as well, but he'll have to pick a good timing to go and collect it, as I'm sure there'll be lots of aggression through that smoke. Indeed, he has retrieved it, but he's lost his teammate in the time being. So it's Device in a 1 versus 4, which is a bit better than Zipex as far as an AWP is concerned, but less than ideal either way. Well, that's a good start.
There we go, there's the first one. He's going to be swapping out for another D-Law. And he's got 50 seconds to go. And of course, it being last round, let's get it on. He's waiting there though, James. He's patient. But it's a long way to run to get to one of these bomb sites. And he's slowly going to make his way towards one of them. Likely A, as he's making his way up catwalk now. And we'll see that there is a player there. It's going to be Cutler. He's close with the AWP, and Cesar comes out for Device. Will he be able to make this happen? Cutler, shot straight to the face. And that is now going to be the end of the first half, 6-9. And CLG, I mean, they actually make a pretty decent recovery. I was quite worried for them, but we started to see those performances early on from the likes of JDM. And we've got a real match on our hands now.
Yeah, it's a good score. They can work with this score. And again, JDM is showing up for his team now, which is very important going into the second half. 10 kills for him so far. We'll see if he can make more in the second half. So CLG with an opportunity to put in their best performance of the day so far, perhaps. We will find out if they can do that after the break.
Welcome back, handsome people. It is time for the second half kickoff shortly between CLG and Astralis. And CLG actually surprising us a little bit there, giving themselves something to work with, which is definitely much different to the first map, Train, which did not quite go their way. Now they have 6 rounds, which is a lot more than they saw. I
did think this would be their best map, and I think it's the most open and more relaxed map for JDM to work with. I think some of the other maps have been a bit difficult. Nuke, not ideal.
No.
Train, good map for AWPs, but Dust 2 is one of the homes for North American Counter-Strike, so we'll see if they can take this in the second half, which is 10 seconds away from beginning.
Yeah, Dust 2 always going to be a comfortable one, and in we go to the pistol round, and we see Hayes with that Deagle. Earlier today we saw a lot of work done by Tamsin with that Deagle. Very, very sexy stuff, and you can see the true application of it in pistol rounds. It's pretty legitimate, and you can see Hayes is looking for those sneaky shots, really long range there. And we have the classic aggression here from the CTs. They go down catwalk, they're looking for that early information, gives them fast rotation potential as well if it's a quick rush into B or towards long. So really good opener from the CTs, but they didn't get too much out of it, except some information.
But they're refusing to give it up. They're just holding there happily. Device and Zipex. Device having a look, seeing nobody facing top mid, so he's just going to bide his time there. Got to be careful though, because they don't have the best magazine size. They could run out of bullets, as we've seen before. Hey, he's still going for the pot shots, but nothing doing just yet. Oh, he's going to get tagged as well. Maybe through the corner of the wall. Device is still on short, having a look and see what's going on. That's going to allow Zipex, who was on short, to move into B, but now Device has been lost on short, and that's going to weaken the A-bomb side.
Absolutely, and they are kind of huddling around the upper dock at the moment, but these are not engagements you really want to take against the CTs with those USPs. Even with the Deagle, it's going to be much less consistent than those USPs, so they're going to back away, and that is the smart choice. And I think that Astralis are going to realize this. They start to wander out into middle. They got Dupree there, starting to look into mid, and they'll perhaps see somebody going over to catwalk, but will they be fast enough? We have all these players here from the CLG starting to try to barrel in, but it's Sonic with 2 quick kills to stop the push, and now all of a sudden it's just JDM and Hayes. They're going to try to just reverse the push back in now towards that B-bomb site, but time is really running low. They got 15 seconds to plant, and there's a Dupree lurking on that B-bomb site, sitting there. 10 seconds now to plant the bomb. This is looking very awkward, and JDM's going to go down. So Sonic with 4 kills in the pistol round. The coach is stepping up. 10-6 now as Astralis will start off with the good money.
Zipex started on short, then he made his way over towards B, then he made his way back over towards A, then he played bait on the site while Sonic got 2K from the car position, as you can see there, and then Sonic cleaned up later on. Very nicely done at the end there from Astralis. And they were just so brazenly just standing on short for the longest time with no answer from CLG, and it paid off. So 10-6 will be the score. CLG forcing it up. Obviously, JDM saving for the big green gun, so he won't be spending too much, but the rest of his team are investing.
But will it be a good investment? It's going to be tough to do damage here. Typically, it's very difficult to run 4 spies, I think, on a map like this. But we'll see if they can get something going. Astralis holding on to their grenades for the time being. They don't have many grenades. Let's see if they can actually use what they have. They're playing very passively as well. I like this nice little flash there into middle to set up the B split.
Yeah, they've got a number of smokes as well. So we'll see if they can do it. 2 players moving through the B tunnel into B itself. Dupree holding things down there with an MP9. JDM waiting. JDM not winning the frag there. And Hayes, or someone tried to stop the CTs from pushing through. Indeed, it's Peter with the Tech 9. But the numbers for the Ts are all disappearing, and now it's Peter left alone versus 4 with CTs on both sides, and it's not going to work out. The split will fail. 5-round lead for Astralis. And
that's a lot of money that Dupree just made with that SMG. You got 4 kills with the SMG, James. That is money in the bank. And Astralis, I mean, it's going to be so hard for CLG to fight back because they will be able to play optimal setups straight away. Their money's already good. They're going to get another opportunity to build that bank against a worse setup here from CLG. So actually, there's a lot of teams that in the rounds like this will actually rush up middle as the CTs, and we'll actually see that from Dupree. He's going to rush up middle with that MP9, and he's going to get the first kill. And this is really, really cool because if the Ts are setting up a fast play, you can quickly get a flank, and they don't really typically have guns that can perform well against you. But it looks like they're going to fast frag there, but Kirby in to shut it down. He's got help from Zipex as well, and Astralis, they have lost only a single man, and there's only a JDM left. And there's Zonic. And there's the frag. Okay, so now it's the real CS, James. We got the guns for both teams.
Now the second half will begin. Astralis with double the score of CLG. JDM picking up the AWP. No nades for him, it seems. And Hayes coming in with a buy of his own. So 4 AKs and an AWP, 4 M4s and an AWP. We will see what CLG have to offer. Don't have as many grenades as they would have liked. Going to have Peter going for a very fast engagement over towards Long, and seems like Long will just be abandoned by Astralis, so that's very nicely done. Although JDM's been taken down already. The AWP's been lost. Tarek can pick it up if he's in position to do so. Both T's leaving Long altogether. And Astralis are putting the numbers towards short since they've lost Long. They don't want the split to come in towards the A site, so aggression will be the order of the day. 5 versus 3 now, make that 2. All the duels almost being won by Astralis.
Yeah, absolutely. We can see a pretty consistent performance from Kirby, which is encouraging for those fans who are wondering how well he would integrate into the team. Seems to be going quite well, but it looks like Tarek really wants to go with this. Despite having yet to just, 20 health, he's going to be able to pick up a frag and maybe even get the bomb down, yet still. It's going to be tough, though. We've got Zonic close. Oh, Tarek finding a great angle. Can't quite connect the first snap, and Dupree will come in. There was no time to miss a shot there from Tarek, and it's going to be the round again for Astralis. They are just looking so on point in every regard at the moment. And it's going to be really tough for CLG to get back in this. They're losing time. They're losing opportunities.
They definitely are. Doesn't look like a very good day at all for CLG if things continue in this fashion. Back down to the eco, so Astralis will get ever closer to a very solid 2-0 indeed, with no Carrigan. I do believe he will be maybe even landing soon. Good start though, but I've never seen people fly to their deaths from a Molotov before, Dan, but there's a first time for everything. 3 versus 3, and there are some weapons to be picked up here for CLG. They have a window of opportunity.
A window indeed. Let's see if that window is going to remain open though, and for how long, as we have CLG looking to go for perhaps a bit of a rotation. It's really rough though, because they have no control of Dark. They don't know if anybody's pushed that position yet. Astralis very realistically could have done that, so they might have to try to play this a little bit safe. They do have the time to do so, which is nice. So we will see them slow their approach now as they make their way into Dark, and we have Dupree as the only man on the B-bomb site, but sometimes Dupree is all you need. And here we go. Pitta might be the first man to face. Are they going to try to just throw the smoke and go, or will they try to play the contact here? Both players have their pros and cons. Looks like the smoke will go out. That's going to reveal their position. That's the main con of this one, and that gives times for the flank and for everything else, and they really need to push in right now because that flank is indeed on the way as Pitta looks for the first frag, using that crate behind the smoke here, but it's a great position out of Dupree, and that will shut it down. Astralis with simply too much time to facilitate a very strong defense.
Look at that. Why is he flying in the air from dying from flames? I've never seen that before.
I don't know, James.
It's like SV Ridiculous 1 has been set. Let's just make the ragdolls do absolutely crazy things. Anyway, Astralis now 2 rounds away from a 2-0. CLG perhaps on their last chance already. JDM's back on the AWP. He went down early previously when he had it. Look at Device again. Device running all the way down short. They're charging through B as well. No respect whatsoever. Astralis believe they understand how good they are, and they will exploit that. The frags are flying in, and CLG have no response.
Yeah, this is a really great mix-up from Astralis, just going for that dark aggression, and CLG missing a couple bullets there, and they get punished hard by the world class that is Astralis. And now it's just down to JDM and Cutler, and it's a really difficult position to play from. I mean, with a situation like this where you're 6-14, you sort of want to just play to win the round. But 2 versus 5, that is so tough. And wow, Device! I think what we saw there was somebody running across, getting the info, and then Device peeked out with that info. It immediately killed him. So that's an insult added to injury. Just Cutler left here. Takes down Dupree. There's one more player to get a 1 versus 1 against Sonic. The coach standing tall though.
Oh, they gave Cutler the 1 versus 1s, but the odds were apparently too high. So we've got 9 match points coming in for Astralis now versus a CLG who are having to force up with a scout once again. The ugly scout rears its head, Dan, and 4 AKs. Nothing working out for CLG today, it seems. 1 up onto the Astralis team. And they've got 2 AKs in tow as well. Is this the last round of the evening? We will soon find out. JDM off to a good start with the scout, but he will need to shoot twice unless he aims for the face.
So here we go. He's going to provide some covering fire, actually, disincentivizing Device from going close, but the push will come into mid from CLG as they get in that position. But they did not expect Kirby not going for the pop flash play, and that's going to allow Kirby just to get 2 frags. A 2-for-1 is definitely a good deal there for Astralis as Cutler goes back in, finds the kill onto Dupree, but he suffers heavy damage, and the nade will finish him off. So that's a 1-for-1 trade not going to work out. Oh, JDM just barely unable to get the frag there. Tarek finds his way into B, but Device will defend, and the bomb is just stuck in middle, and that's going to be that 16-6. Again, a dominating, thoroughly dominating performance from Astralis. World-class Danish team.
Yeah, what can you say about that? Just dominating performances from start to finish there. Pretty bad string of games for CLG, all things considered.
They had a bad day, that's for sure.
Well, Astralis, I mean, they will be very, very happy with that. Obviously, Carrigan not in the country just yet with Esther issues, but he will be here tomorrow, I believe. So they'll be more than pleased with that situation. And what do CLG do from here? I guess Peter's playing for them all week. I mean, either way, they don't have a full 5 at the moment, so the problems will surely only continue for them. Anyway, the desk will be discussing it after the break, which will be coming shortly.